All right, it's my turn for the weekly book talk. Over the last week, I read a couple of books, some of which I read on my phone through Reads, which I've talked about before, and I'm going to put a link in the description this time. One that I read was called Devoted. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is from my Goodreads profile, which you can look me up, just Amy Wheatley on Goodreads, and see my ratings for books I've recently read. One was called Devoted, which was about a girl who's growing up in a fundamentalist Christian family, and she's starting to have a little bit of doubts and thoughts about not quite fitting into this particular group. She starts talking to a girl who had left the congregation a couple years before about her thoughts and her questions, and does actually end up leaving before being sent to a re-education camp called Journey of Faith. So if you're interested in the whole idea of fundamentalist Christian families and the dynamics within and without, then check it out. It's called Devoted. It's by Jennifer Matthew. I also read The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds. Again, I don't know if you can see that. This one. The Boy in the Black Suit is about a boy whose mother has died of cancer before the book opens, and he's having a little bit of trouble adjusting to this new reality. His father used to be an alcoholic, but kind of straightened up a little bit when he got married, but since the mother has died, he's fallen off the wagon. Shortly after the book opens, his father is hit by a car and is in the hospital, so the young man is on his own. He starts working for a funeral parlor and starts sitting in on funerals. It's very interesting because part of what he does to work through his grief process is to watch other people working through their grief process. So it helps him feel not alone. But the character, there's a lot of character development. There's a lot of other side stories going along with it. He meets a girl. You hear about the history of the man who gives him the job. There's a lot of again, extra information. It's not just about this one character, but I would recommend it as well. The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds. I am not quite finished with this book, The Unlikely Hero of Room 13B, which is about a weekly support group for teenagers with OCD. So, if you know anything about OCD, these particular characters have certain rituals that they go through that help them make it through anxious periods. Sometimes they make them worse. The one character in particular, he's living with his mother, who is a hoarder. So his house is full of random stuff. His dad lives separately and is remarried, and they have another child together. It's a completely different atmosphere at the other home, so he's going from one place to the other. Again, stark contrast between the two. But throughout the book, the main character, at times he feels like he's getting better, and then he kind of realizes, no, my rituals are ramping up, my medicine is not working, this group, these people are my friends, but yet everybody else seems to be getting better than I am. So again, I haven't finished the book yet, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but I have enjoyed reading about the intricacies of this particular disorder and how the people in the group are interacting with each other. One of the interesting things that they do is they all adopt superhero names that really kind of fit their personalities or are the complete opposites of their personalities. So again, it's a great book if you're interested in psychology or interpersonal relations or group therapy, or it's also kind of funny. So I would check it out. It's by Teresa Toten, T-O-T-E-N. And lastly, I mentioned this on Instagram and stuff already, but I love The Lumberjanes. I read both of these this weekend. Volume 3 comes out in April, I believe, and I will be buying it. But these girls are at a summer camp for hardcore lady types, and they are fighting monsters, and they are being hilarious, and they are being loyal to each other, solving puzzles, doing all kinds of interesting things, and being hilarious at the same time. I would definitely recommend this to guys, girls, adults, children, anyone. My son read both of them twice, I think, this weekend, but definitely I have both of them here in the library, and we will be getting Volume 3 in April, so check it out. Till Thursday, we'll see you with a tip. Bye.